don't we talk about KSI? We haven't really talked about it, like what he looked like in there. We've talked about Pineda, we talked about Swarms, but it's been 3 years, right? I'm conducting this now interview.
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead. So it's been 3 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
First impressions as he's now back. What do you think?
As an athlete, I was very impressed. I thought you looked extremely fit, strong.
Push-ups, clapping push-ups.
But this is the point.
Okay.
Next fight, I don't want to say no clapping push-ups.
Better not have that kind of energy.
Yeah, because if you have, the other guy's not what
it's not level. Yeah.
Some very good body shots.
He can crack to the body.
I literally was looking through the ropes and I just seen that Pineda
squinting.
He was not enjoying that.
Right.
I think his hooks look good, but I thought his shot selection, and this is literally the day after, right? I haven't watched it back.
Yeah.
I remember thinking your shot selection, you could be setting these up better.
Yeah.
Like what Sol Papi did. He really set that moment up so easily, so quickly. I think he made hard work of it because not because he couldn't get them out there quick enough. He just didn't pick his spots adequately. And my main thing is, if someone is running away,
it's tough.
You want to close the distance, but get your jab going. Set things up behind the jab.
Yeah.
And I felt like he was just in kill mode. And any boxer, and even Vidal Riley in one of his first fights back after that long layoff, once he had him hurt, Vidal tensed up and was really trying to get him out of there. JJ did a similar thing.
Yeah.
So this isn't something that high-level pros don't do. He did a similar thing.
Yeah.
So all I'm thinking is, it's good that he's got the cobwebs off, but next time, he has to think more.
Yeah.
I think it was a little too emotional in there and not enough playing boxing. Play your game.
Right. There was a it's like an old saying, you want to walk the dog around that ring, right? You want to be able to lead guys where you want them to go, and that is off your jab, right? And you said shot selection is something I really I thought as well, like multiple times, especially in the Pineda fight. I think he fell in love with the overhand right a lot, right? He fell in love with that big shot that he lands on everyone. And it's a cracker, right?
That's his shot,
He can land it, but
when you
want to see...
When you're telegraphing it, and
I was
as he was, it makes the ability to hurt the guy so much less, because he's like, well, I know what's coming.
40,000 people knew it,
every time. That's why Sol Papi's was so good, because the guy didn't see it coming, because he moved him and then came with the other hand.
There's being able to frame someone, and like I said, just push them where you want them to be. And also too, with KSI, and like you talked about, with guys being such novice guys in there, it's almost harder to get the leash on them, to walk them around, right? Because they're not moving like a normal boxer.
They're not coming towards you.
No.
That most knockouts happen because the guys walk onto it. Yeah.
Or because you've seen a familiar tendency, or you've seen an ability for yourself to go, oh, I can capitalize on this.
Even the Swarms, the finish of the Swarms fight, Swarms is actually running away.
When he's doing spins and running corner to corner.
When the final punch lands, I mean, he's moving away. He didn't even catch Swarms flush there.
No.
And the referee was just like, nah, fuck this.
I don't know if KSI caught, to the body, he had some really nice shots. I don't know if he caught Pineda or Swarms with that flush right hand.
No, he didn't.
The entirety
and the fact that he didn't, I think, says work to be done.
Yeah.
Of some of the things I was hearing, I remember seeing Bazinga. Say he beforehand. I seen a little clip of him going, I expect him to wash these guys, no problem. So the fact that people in his immediate circle were saying similar things to me means, okay, the expectations were roughly the same in his friendship group as what I had.
Right.
So hopefully, people are just, always honest with him. But it's his boxing coach that I think is most important. And
has to be. It'll be interesting to see what, it's obvious. Everybody knows Alexis over at Shoot Fighters. He's been in the game for a long time now. Trains a lot of MMA guys, trains a lot of Muay Thai guys, and some boxers, right? Let's not forget he did train Derek Chisora for the Usyk fight. It was with David.
He was there last night,
Yeah.
Terrifying, man.
Oh my gosh. I thought, as soon as he walked by, I was like, no one give this man a table. It's going in the air if you give him a table.
He said to me, you look like Tyson Fury. I went, I ain't.
You're like, hey, listen, I don't.
Mate, don't get me confused right now, because I know what you want to do with Tyson Fury. Let's just leave that.
Yeah, forget that. I'll be Tyson Furry for right now.
I'm like, how do you make that weight? Because I weigh so much more than Chisora.
No. And also, David Hay, he had him for a long time. So he's well-versed. And I'm sure, like you said, I'm sure he's honest with KSI. And I think the thing that they'll take away from this is they can be proud of the work they put in to get to this point, just like anybody else that's been off 3 years, right? When you have that work to get to that point, okay, maybe you're not the most polished you want to be yet.
Can we talk about Pineda?
Yeah,
that was so weird.
It was odd.
For a pro to get in there. And that's why when they were like talking about, oh, he's a pro boxer, I was like, no. Like, just no.
Can we talk about the press conference before and the weigh-in? And by that, what I mean is, why did he put the sunglasses on? And also, why, a real boxer...
on him, honestly. Just
I get it. But it felt very much... I felt like he was ready for his high school... yearbook thing, or like his graduation.
Yeah, when he had that blazer on, that was a little
big.
His dad's blazer, whatever. Mate, the whole...
Here's the thing, though.
He's obviously not a rich guy, though.
Exactly. I was going to say, here's the thing. He probably, again, on a very short notice... I mean, I know from behind the scenes work, they were just trying to get him to get a picture for the passport so they get him in. It was that close, right?
He didn't have a passport.
Well, he was just trying to get everything done. I think his picture, something had expired, and they were like, oh, we got to get stuff done really quickly. And so this guy, out of his element completely, and again, not in this scene at all, has no idea who KSI is, even said so. He's like, I've never heard of him, I have no idea. So he's doing his best, but it was definitely a guy that was just completely out of his scene. Like, he had no idea where he was at and what he was doing.
Did either of you get any insight into how the replacements were chosen through working with these guys?
No, I mean, listen, it's tough to know.
It feels like they put their hand in a bucket and just...
right?
Pineda!
No, it feels like they literally ripped the yellow pages up and then just picked the first phone number out of it. Like, that's what I'm trying to work out.
It's tough. I don't exactly know. I just know that the way that things were done, at least what it looked like for me, was... who do we know that's either one that needs an opportunity, can accept it quickly, and can give some legitimacy to it? And that was why I think Pineda was brought, the legitimate side of it, the pro boxing side. And of course, I don't think anybody's saying this from that side, from the back end, but I think everyone knows that was a storyline power move, right? JJ gets the first pro boxer, regardless of the talent level, skill, the name, the label pro boxer before Jake does. That was the idea in my mind for them, the marketing ploy from them.
Can I ask then, when you see him in the ring and you see he is clearly not acting like a pro boxer.
That's the thing.
He was grimacing every time he got touched in any way.
Yeah.
And I'm not
do pro boxers
hard,
do
but
that?
like you ain't got a poker face, bro.
I mean, no,
Definitely not.
But that is part of it.
Don't play cards.
And that's
you
the
ain't made
thing.
for it.
It worked up until the fight started. Right, as far as like, this is the pro boxer, this is this, I'm fighting a pro before Jake is.
Right.
But then you go in and if you want to break it down, skill for skill, talent for talent, Tyron Woodley eats that kid alive. Right? Like,
absolutely.
I mean, it doesn't go past.
Gib does as well. But
I mean, we could go down the list of Jake opponents that would have their way with that guy. But
people on the undercard of that.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of guys on the undercard that would have had their way.
Yeah, he wasn't good, and
it's not his fault, right? Like, the guy again pulled out of his element, did what he's supposed to do, but I don't know what was going on with the taking the knee, and he was complaining a lot with shots behind the head. And JJ does swing wild sometimes in fair play, but he was
a lot of them weren't. Most of them weren't on the back of the head. And there was points where he was getting body shot, and he was looking at the referee like, "Are you going to let him do that to me?" And I'm like, "Do you know what pro boxing is?" I thought you. There was a point where he was stopping it, and sort of the referee
took a body shot, and he looked at the ref and then took a knee.
The referee was explaining to him stuff, and I was like, "Mate, this is over."
Yeah.
He's quit.
Yeah.
Like, he quit multiple times. And by the way, the referees were terrible.
It was a very up and down scale, because there were some very quick, like, diving in front of guys for standing eights. And then there were some were like in the main event where the referee just kept letting him take the knee and get back up and take the knee and get back up.